Jeff Van Gundy, and I couldn't believe it when I read it. I think he's calling his 11th finals, which is absolutely amazing. Jeff, does it feel like 11 finals that you've done?
No, it's really, time does fly, and fortunate to be, with the group that you enjoy doing it with, Mark, Doris, and Mike. And so, yeah, I read that as well, and I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Now, you said something yesterday when all you guys spoke with the nation's media that you think that you could see the Golden State Warriors doing this 8 to 10 years. So that this is the third year. So if it's just 5 more, the low end of your prediction, a lot of these guys are going to be in their 30s. You think that they could still do these things at 33 and 34?
I don't see any reason why they couldn't, particularly if they supplement with other younger players. Yeah, they'll all be getting a little bit older, but you're watching LeBron James in his 14th year playing at an all-time level. To think that Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green won't be able to play effectively into their 30s, I think is mistaken. Now, injury can obviously get in the way, but if they're whole and healthy, I think they're a dynasty.
A lot of the analysis I'm hearing, Jeff, is, well, they blew a 3-1 series lead last year. They added maybe the second-best player in the league, so they should win this series. But just having Kevin Durant, does that address all that went wrong and solve all of the problems from when they were up 3-1 last year?
Yes. I mean, he really is that good. I mean, people like, I read the stat yesterday that Harrison Barnes in the last 3 games of that series shot 5 for 32. We can rest assured that Kevin Durant won't shoot that poorly, right? So, and he's a very good defender and rebounder and passer. So you don't need Curry to be great every night now. Even Durant doesn't need to be great every night. For the Cavs to win, James has to be great, and Kyrie Irving has to be great. Curry really doesn't, and Durant don't have that type of pressure. And listen, they were up 3-1 coming home last year. They had the Draymond Green incident, and I give Cleveland credit. They turned it around, won the series, but they were dominant last year as well. So I'm surprised that as many people are sort of, to me, overlooking Golden State's dominance this year.
Are you a bit surprised, though? Because I think Golden State's going to win this series, so I think that Vegas is right. But that a team with the best player on the planet would be such an overwhelming underdog.
I think it shows you just how great Golden State is from a talent differential. I've said in my time in the NBA, there's never been a bigger discrepancy between the best team and the next best team as far as talent. This year, the talent differential is so great that it's always surprising to me anytime Golden State loses a game, let alone trying to beat them 4 times. I just don't see it. As great as James is, as great as Kyrie Irving is, I just can't imagine them losing 4 times in a series.
Well, Jeff, it looks like Kerr's not going to return, but we're talking an 18-day span here between Game 1 and Game 7. If he feels better, would you think he'd have a problem stepping in the middle of the series, or do you think he'd think that to be disrespectful to LeBron?
Well, it's not. It wouldn't be disrespectful, certainly. I mean, he's the coach of the team, and just like a player who's injured, when they're healthy, they should come back and play. But I would encourage him, not being, by any means his greatest friend, but I think he's done coaches a great service by taking a step back when he's obviously in pain and not putting the team first, but putting his health first. I think that's a great sign for all coaches to make sure, you take care of yourself in a business that is completely stressful. But if he's healthy, I think, the Warriors would want him to come back. I think Mike Brown would want him to come back, and I think he should come back.
It seems like, Jeff, that we continue to move the bar higher after LeBron James scales that bar. So last year, he comes back from 3-1 down, beats a team that won 73 games. Now, we're always trying to compare him to Jordan, and I know that it's folly because it's two different eras, different style of basketball. But if he beats a team this time that's 12-0 in the playoffs, does this really give him a legitimate opportunity to be considered better than Jordan?
I do think, Michael, that you're right. Like, when you start to compare people, oftentimes what others read into that is you're diminishing one player's career at the expense of somebody else's. But
right.
I think LeBron James, if you just forget who you would take yourself personally in a game to win, but when you compare careers, LeBron James's career matches up with anyone who's ever played this game, individually, from a team standpoint. And I think some of his greatest accomplishments have been in finals losses. In 2007, he took a very limited Cleveland team. They beat a great Detroit team in the conference finals when he scored 25 straight points in Game 5 on the road. They got swept by the Spurs, but what an accomplishment to get that team to the finals. And then in 2015, when the Warriors beat him in 6, when Irving was hurt, Love was hurt, the performance that James put on was heroic. And even though they lost, I thought he should have been the most valuable player in the finals. He was that great. So I think his career right now matches up with anyone who's ever played. I think he's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, whether you rank him number 1, number 5, wherever you want to do it. You could make a good argument. But if he won this year, to me, that would be his greatest team accomplishment. I think his team is very good, but to beat Durant, Curry, Green, Thompson, this dominant team who's 12-0, would be, his greatest accomplishment.
What kind of series do you think Kyrie can have?
Well, Kyrie, to me, can have a great series, and he's going to have to for them to have a chance. Klay Thompson's an outstanding individual defender. He'll be his primary matchup. So they'll try to run some pick and rolls to get Curry on him, to try to go at Curry like they did last year. But I think Curry continues to get better and better defensively. But we watched. Golden State will want to play up and down. Cleveland will want to play a little bit slower. And to do that, you have to score efficiently in the half court. And their best half-court offense has been Kyrie Irving, isolated Kyrie Irving in pick and rolls, both as the ball handler and as the screener for LeBron James. Those two things have been devastating.
Now, honestly, Jeff, before I let you go, are you more excited about the finals or are you Houston Astros?
Well, Michael, as you know, Houston just being there recently into New York, our division is over. We're, I think, 10 or 11 up.
Right.
Really, we're going to the World Series, and now it's just who we're going to face in the World Series.
Wow.
It's basically over. Now, I give the Yankees credit, right? They're playing great after a slow start. We could meet in the playoffs, and if we do, whatever you want to bet, I'm willing to bet.
Oh, okay. Didn't I beat you in a bet already this year? I forget what it was for.
You did
I
beat
beat
me,
you.
But there's a statute of limitations, and so now I don't have to pay
man.
up. Yeah.
I didn't realize that. See, now I'm educated. Oh, I didn't realize it
Come
was.
on, Don. You got to tell him, there's a betting statute of limitations.
And also, and never mind the statute, never mind that, the fact that he doesn't even remember the bet.
Right, exactly. So if the winner doesn't remember the bet, the loser can certainly not remember what it was. But you did beat me, and I'm not sure exactly what it was.
Me neither, but I know it was a Del Frisco steak. That I remember what the steaks were.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
You're right on that. You're right on the Del Frisco.
Was it something with the Texans? Was it?
It might have been.
Yeah, it might have been something with the Texans.
I think it was.
Maybe your hometown blindness just killed you on that.
No, listen, and we are the Super Bowl favorites now that we got Deshaun Watson. So it's
I've heard that.
Yeah. So.
Jeff, have a great time. This should be a fun finals to watch.
You got it, guys. Take care.